I actually need my phone for this episode.
I need my camera to not freeze.
Welcome back
Welcome back.
to the Lousy Show. I just opened our text thread, and the last thing I see is the fucking gif you sent of Robert Downey Jr. going.
For context, every time I get the episode ready, so I edit it, like we've mentioned plenty of times before.
Yes.
I'll text him saying it's uploaded into YouTube, ready to be, for him to do his marketing SEO magic. And so I'll always say episode is up. He'll say spank you or spank you usually. And so I usually reply with some sort of unhinged response.
Yeah.
Today was a GIF. Yep.
Of Robert Downey Jr. biting his lip. Very sexually, I might add.
It's on the screen. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Oh no, I can't do that segue.
Yeah, no. Let's give it a good minute. Otherwise, Alex is gonna be like,
I was about to say some heinous shit, dude. There it is. You know it's not heinous? Into the AM. Hey, got it. Saved it. I don't know how. Oh, yeah. It's an ad read, and we are proudly partnered with Into the AM. Have been for a while now, and don't plan on stopping anytime soon. And you too can get in on all the fun, wearing dope shirts like this, hats like that, all the cool stuff you see us wearing on the show, by simply going to the link in the description under the pinned comment, intotheam.com/lousy. And when you get there, what can you do, Sam?
Well, when you get there, you can use our code LOUSY, that's LOUSY, at checkout, and you get 10% off on top of whatever else they're running. So they're usually running like an anniversary sale, a mystery pack sale, something. But whatever it is, add 10% on top. And we got you. So that way you'll look good and you'll save some cheddar doing it. So make sure to go to the link, get some cool stuff, and save some money.
Yes. Like you said, go do it now. intotheam.com/lousy. Again, intotheam.com/lousy. Links in the pinned comment and in the description. And when you scroll down there to do that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to stay up to date on all things Lousy. We upload 3 times a week for all you Lousy listeners out there. So enjoy it. You can go browse their site while you listen to us yap. Go do it. Oh, yeah. And fuck honey.
Oh, yeah.
Uninstall that shit. You'll know why.
Please.
Yeah. I gotta admit, Sam.
What's that?
I'm very excited to talk about this.
Yeah.
I am.
Are you doing the whole story and everything?
Fuck it. Why not?
Yeah.
Why the fuck not?
Dude. Or sorry, sticking blitzes, dude.
Sticking blitzes, man. Tucson crossfaded.
Yeah. Hell.
You heard us reference this last Thursday on Tfue, your weekly Tfue digest. So today, okay, let me just back up a little bit. Last week, as of recording this, I had to take a trip to California. The company that I work in my 9-to-5 on is based out of California. And so they sent us to San Diego. Yes, San Diego.
A whale's vagina. Hope it doesn't have canker sores.
Bulbasaur, I choose you. You gotta go watch the weekly Tfue digest. It'll all make sense. Oh shit. But no, so we go to San Diego, and they were hosting an offsite for the entire sales and marketing staff. And so got to go out there, have a nice little trip, and it was quite lovely, I'll admit. San Diego is a very nice city. For downtown cities, because we were staying downtown, for downtown cities, I would definitely rank it up in the highest ranks of ones I've visited, because you go to a lot of cities and it's hit or miss. It could be like filled with assholes who are just like, get the fuck out of my way, or it could be filled with really nice people who are just like, they're on their merry way, but you're not a bother to them, whatever. And San Diego definitely fits in the upper echelon of those who are just like, everyone's super chill. For them, I think it was like, as long as you're not like impeding or being just an outright dickhead, they don't care. And so went out there for work. admittedly, the first night I was there, or the first day I was there, I hadn't slept. And so we find out at the first event that there's an open bar. Had a few drinks. Haven't drank in a very, very, very long time. I mean that. Got a little toasty. It's nice. And my coworker was very chill, and I did not know, I truly did not know that California was a full green state.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Legal, everything's 100%.
Yeah,
There's no.
And the same thing here. The same thing is here where I live in Kansas City. So we get there and do everything, drinks, it's cool, go back to the hotel. I was coming up on like, I want to say 36 hours of no sleep, almost 48. I was in that in between phase. But I was at that point where I had passed the delirium and was about to hit a fucking wind that meant I was not going to sleep at all. So my coworker was like, yo, come talk to me once we get back to the hotel. Sick. She hands me her PJ and I'm just like, yo, Benjamin Franklin, where you been, baby? And slept like a fucking baby. The next night, however, was when shit went off the rails. Went to my meetings all day. They told us at 5:00, we're dismissed. Come back at 7 for the ceremony, dinner, and whatnot. That night, we found out there was an open bar at the club that we were at doing the ceremony. Shut that motherfucker down. So I was throwing them back. Shots, drinks, beers, the whole nine. Moved on to the next bar. Shut that one down. Same thing there. I'll say I think I had like 5 or 6 beers at that one and a shot actually. Went to the next bar and I don't remember leaving. But I know I made it safely because I woke up the next morning in my hotel room with an empty bag of tacos El Gordo from downtown San Diego. And it was fucked up. But I'm going to read to you the text thread because at 1:32 in the morning, Thursday morning, this is what I texted Sam.
And keep in mind, that's 1:32 your time. You were in California at the time.
So it was 3:32.
No, other way around. It's 11:30.
Oh, so I was fucked before midnight.
You were fucked before midnight. Yeah.
I went hard, dude. I didn't even think about that. Damn, I didn't even think about that, bro. This is what I texted him. Bro. I'm gonna read it as its own text message, okay? That just understand. Bro. I'm so Tucson crossfaded. Fuck. Fucking. There it is.
So he's trying to say I'm so fucking crossfaded. Didn't work.
A few minutes later, bro, I'm sticking blitzes. Tucking blitzes. Fuck. Fucking blitzed. Hell yeah.
And it just stops there.
It just stops
at 11:30. Or sorry, hang on, let's get more specific.
Oh shit! No, that last one
that
I
was
sent
11:46.
It was 11:46. Yeah.
So that was about a 15-minute time period.
Because, again, I had a fuckload of drinks at the club. I was already ripping, Benjamin Franklin over there. I started drinking at the second bar, also ripping Benjamin Franklin. Went to the third bar, and again, I don't remember fucking leaving. I can only assume that somebody was able to get me back to my hotel room safely because I made it there and woke up the next morning in time for my meetings. The fact that I got up, I'm pretty sure I was still fucked up when I woke up.
I was worried about that part at least. Just like, and I texted him. So my ancient ass was already asleep at 11:30. And so I didn't see it till the next morning. So I wake up at like 7 And I see that, and I reply back, a little bit later once I'm a little bit more awake. I said, "God damn, LOL. Hope you're safe and had fun." And I didn't hear anything for a few hours, so I started getting a little worried. So I was like, "You alive?" And then he responded back with, "Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah."
I wasn't hungover. I'm fairly certain I was still drunk.
Probably, yeah.
Because when I got there, like they had that cheap hotel coffee, but it was like the nectar of the gods. Yeah. I was just like, yes. And I had to put on a presentation that morning too.
Oh God. I'm sure you fucking reeked too.
Yeah, I didn't know I had to put on a presentation. So let me give you the time frames of this happening. I woke up, the meetings started at 9 o'clock sharp. I got out of bed at 8:47. I showered, freshened up everything, dressed, bag packed out the door in the office 9 o'clock sharp.
Damn.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching the video so far. While you're here, click the subscribe button to become a Lousy listener. And also click that join button. For $2.99, you can have access to exclusive emotes and also get some cool features like interacting with Joe and I. Also, click the link in the description to join our Discord. Back to the video.
13 minutes, still drunk. Get at me. And I swear to you, like when we get in there, they're like, yeah, we're going to do all this stuff and we're going to talk about this and what all this, this week has meant for the marketing team, because a lot of it was for sales. And they were like, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a breakout session where we're going to have different groups and you're going to come up with your ways of how you would process this and do da, 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 da. And when I heard breakout groups, I went, okay, we're just going to work in groups. And they were like, and then you're going to present it to everybody. I went, oh no. And I'm sitting there and I'm just like, oh God, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to fucking make it.
Tucson crossfaded for this.
And I'm proud of myself. This is not a fucking lie by any means. This is not me creating some false narrative. This is what happened. I made we broke out into our breakout groups. I barely made it through it. I was sitting there with my eyes rolling backwards, about to pass out. We get back to the office room. We are the last group to go. I did so well. One of the other marketing directors goes, do you want a position on our team? And I just went, oh, I did it. Like, and the voice in the back of my head was like, good job, buddy.
It's my superpower.
I can bullshit through anything.
That is a superpower.
Actually. Yes. Yeah. Actually, yes. But yeah, no, that all happened. But what happened after that was a fucking nightmare, because at the same time of all this taking place, my connecting flight was into Denver. My flight home to Kansas City, of course, the entire Midwest from Denver all the way through the Midwest was getting ransacked by a winter storm. So I woke up still drunk, and for the first fucking thing I see on my phone, my flight out of Denver was supposed to leave at 9:55 p.m. for me to land safely into Kansas City at 12:30 in the evening. And I would have then gotten home, and I was taking Friday off from work because I didn't want to have to get home late, and then immediately try and go to bed. I find out first thing as I wake up that my flight out of Denver got delayed until the time I was supposed to arrive in Kansas City. Now, bear in mind, they're an hour behind me. So that means it was actually an hour longer. I wouldn't have gotten home by the end of it. When I finally saw the last result, when I landed safely in Kansas City, I wouldn't have gotten home until 4:30 in the morning, my time.
Yep.
So get to the airport. I talked to you on the phone right before I went in.
Mm.
And mind you, I'm sitting there. I bought a vape while I was there specifically for that trip. And I mean, actually, as a matter of fact, it's right here. I was chiefing on it to try and hope the nicotine would just make me sober up. I was like, I need something else, please. And I go in, and sure as shit, I was able to get on another flight for free. They were able to move me up. Here's the kicker. San Diego Airport listen to me for a second. Okay, come here. Come here. Come here. Your airport fucking sucks.
Is that the one with 2 separate security sides?
Yes.
Yep, I've flown through there. Yeah.
And guess who didn't fucking know? So I go in there and they tell me after I get my tickets, go through TSA right here, go to your gate. Cool. Not a problem. I go through TSA, go through the whole rigmarole, whatever. Get in there. First thing I buy, Monster and snacks. Your boy was hurting. Get the caffeine in the system. You know what I'm saying? I start looking for my gate before I crack everything open. Can't find my gate. Why? Because it's on the other side of the airport through the second TSA. Now you would be wondering, well, Joe, if you already went through TSA and they approved you to go through, then you should be able to just walk right through the second TSA, right?
Nope.
So I paid $7 for a goddamn Monster that I never got to fucking drink and had a TSA agent look me dead in my face and say, chug it or throw it away. I shit you not. It was in this moment that I went, this is the day I end up on the no-fly list. Like, I am so far fucking gone. I am so fucking tired. Yep. All I want is caffeine and munchies. And they did not give a fuck at all, dude.
Nope.
I get through TSA, get to my gate. This is when I had a moment. Actually, I didn't tell you about this.
You never updated me. You said you were going to, and then you never did. So
yeah, I didn't tell you about this. So I had to call out a fucking creep in the airport.
Oh,
yeah. So I'll paint the picture for you. So when I get to my gate, everything's full, right? I went up, by the way. I pulled a fucking meme and I don't give a fuck. I can't drink White Monster. Long story short, got really sick after drinking one of them. All came back up. Can never have the taste again. The only one they had in this particular fucking cafe was White Monster. And I went, well, I need the caffeine. So I bought one. And what did I do? I fucking played Creed on my cell phone while I just started drinking and hoping. I was like, I'm getting through this.
I hope not out loud. Like, please tell me you had your headphones on.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
no, yeah, I had these on. Yeah.
Okay.
So no, I get there, and what I find out when I get there, same thing for me, with my flights getting delayed. Other people's flights got delayed as well. No surprise. So they overloaded this entire terminal to the point in which I'm standing there shoulder to shoulder with people. No one can get around. Like, think of it's a big circular walkway, like a big circular room, and there's gates all along the edge of it. And there's like two restaurants right in the middle where people can sit with like bar style tables around that, and then a giant walkway, right? And that giant walkway was legitimately, you couldn't get through it. It was how many people were in there. So I'm sitting there. And I'm like, fuck it. I'm right next to the trash can. If I have to puke for any reason, stay prepared. So I'm right next to the can. Just eat my munchies. I think I got what did I get? There's particular chips. I can't remember. I can't remember. But I had my munchies and drinking my Monster. And I look up because I'm watching something on my phone as I'm drinking my Monster. And I just kind of happen to do this, kind of cut my eyes up. And as I do, I see a gentleman sitting like this, legs crossed, phone like this. This is not a common texting method, by the way. This is very much this thing right here is being used and homeboy's getting some pictures. So me being me, I immediately go and slowly look over my shoulder to find that at one of the bar tables was a lovely lady, blonde, I would say probably like late 20s, early 30s. Gorgeous woman, absolutely just fantastic, very pretty lady, wearing a skirt. boy, did I make this man crawl out of his fucking skin. Because I see this and I go, huh. I turn back for a moment and he's caught on to that. I see this. So I go back to watching. I look up again. Motherfucker pulled his phone up again. So what did I do? Sam, you know me. I'm going to give you 3 options here. You tell me which one you think I did. Okay. Option A. I stood there, watched my show, let him get a couple pictures, called it a day. Option 2. I publicly shamed him and told the lady about what happened. Option 3. I called him out and told him to leave before I called security.
Probably that one.
Wrong.
Really? Oh, shit.
I see this. I look at him. I see where the camera's angled, and I went, hey, ma'am, you want this? And pointed right at him, and he hadn't moved his phone. He goes, oh! And like you could see, I caught him immediately. She goes, excuse me? She's the one who called security. Immediately. She was like, no, sir. Guess fucking what?
Oh, shit. What?
That motherfucker was on my flight.
I'm assuming so. He was standing near you.
No, so the gates, he was sitting on the side
right.
going
I
to
know
a
that.
different
Yeah.
place. I'm thinking he's on the flight going this way, and I'm going this way. No, I'm in boarding group C because I'm a broke bitch. And I get on the plane, second fucking row. There he is. And I looked at him and was like, and just kept on walking.
Don't be a perv.
Don't be a fucking perv, dude, especially in an airport, bro.
Yeah. It's like the one place
Like-
to definitely not do it.
Yeah, you go like, God, it was so awful. But yeah, that all happened. But I'm gonna say this, like, fucking, like, all that to say, the trip was a success. But that airport fucking sucked.
Dude,
I can't see.
San
Go
Diego
ahead.
sucks. Yeah. I've flown through it once, and I didn't know this when we were flying in. My wife did because I'm pretty sure we were coming up here back when we were living in Texas. And she'd done that flight a bunch of times. And then when we landed, she would warn me. She's like, "Hey, by the way, we have to actually go through security again."
Yeah.
I was like, "Fucking what? We're already in the terminal. What do you mean?" She's like, "No, there's like 2 separate sides. There's no connecting thing." I was like, "That's fucking bullshit." Because
Yeah.
I was tired. Like anytime I fly, or like if I have to get up really early in the morning, is more what it is. I can't sleep the night before. I just can't.
Same.
Joe's the same. So, I'm tired of shit, and I can't really sleep very well on planes. I love planes. It's just like I can't fall asleep. Like, it's one, I'm super uncomfortable because being large and not fitting doesn't really bode well for sleeping. But so when I found that, I was like, man, that's fucking bullshit. And then, of course, the line was long. And it wasn't super crazy. It was probably like 30 minutes, but still, like, that, I didn't want to spend another 30 minutes in line. We've since gotten TSA pre-check, by the way. Get fucking TSA pre-check. It's worth every penny. But yeah, it was the weirdest fucking setup. Like, I've been through some weird ass airports, but that one takes the fucking cake for sure of shitty weird airports. And then I had a weird delay happen one time. I think I've told the story on here before. I can't remember. I'll tell it again real quickly. I was coming back from Virginia to Texas. I had gone to visit, and that one, there was Southwest had strikes, I think, and then there was some weather, but basically there was delayed flights everywhere. And I had a layover in Chicago. So I get to Chicago, no problem. No delays on that part. But then when I land, it said, hey, there's a delay. I was like, all right, no big deal. My next stop is home anyway. Not going to be the end of the world. It was like an hour and a half. Ended up turning in closer to 2 because the delays were just kind of compounding on top of each other. And we were literally just waiting on the crew, like the pilot and everybody, to come to actually fly our plane. But the plane was there. Which that was frustrating, but it is what it is. And so we finally get on the plane. We have to delay even longer because of all the delays air traffic control was just so fucked that they're like, just everybody just fucking wait and chill. Let us think for a second. Um, and so we finally get up in the air after like another hour just sitting in the plane. I'm like, all right, finally on the way home. But then there's this giant wall, and I mean a wall of weather from down deep into Mexico and Texas over to the west, all the way up into Canada. It's just this giant, and I saw it on the map because the Southwest had like the Wi-Fi thing or whatever, and the weather on there showed it. And so there's this giant wall of weather, and we're flying, getting closer and closer, and the pilot comes on, and he's like, well, ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know what's going on. There's currently a giant wall of thunderstorms and lightning and hail and all this crazy stuff that we can't exactly fly through. So, it usually lends to bad things. So we're trying to figure out a way through it. So yeah, just give us a little bit and we'll figure that out. And so that's when I look and I'm like, oh shit, there is this giant wall of weather. Holy shit. And we're like, maybe above Arkansas right now. So like we're pretty close to home. And so he comes back, or actually he hadn't come back on yet, but I was like on the flight tracker and I see the plane and I feel the plane turn pretty sharply. And I'm like, that's weird. We're supposed to be going straight. Why are we turning? And I noticed we turned back east. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so I was like, all right, maybe they're just waiting for a hole. And about 5 minutes goes by after he's gone east. And he comes back on and he's like, well, a little bit of bad news. Unfortunately, we were not able to find a hole. And by this point, we're like, we had kind of come over Texas a little bit. We're maybe, like an hour east of Dallas, if I had to guess. And so we're really close to home. He's like, unfortunately, we're going to have to divert to New Orleans. And I'm like, what? New Orleans? That's not where I'm going. And so everybody's kind of freaking out for a second. And they're like, once you get there, talk to the concierge, they'll get you in on another flight. And I was like, immediately in my head, I'm like, with all the other problems and delays that they've had, they're not going to have another flight for a bit. And there was a woman sitting next to me, and we both kind of just look at each other, and we had said hey when we first sat down, and I was like, well, I'm just going to book another flight because I don't want to have to wait in line and everything. And she's like, yeah, that's a good idea. And so we split up, and we're searching, I was searching United, Alaska, like anything else. And she was searching some other things. And she ended up finding an American flight at 6 a.m. Mind you, I was supposed to originally land at 11. It's about 1 o'clock now in the morning. And we're flying into New Orleans, and this flight doesn't leave till 6 a.m. And I'm like, ugh, it's going to be rough, but I'll get home eventually, so fuck it. And so we booked the ticket, and we each, so she sends me the flight number, I book my ticket, she books hers, we're Gucci. We land, we get out, and there's already this giant fucking line to the Southwest concierge service. And then they come on with an announcement that says, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't heard this already, there are no more flights, no more hotels, no more rental cars until Tuesday. And it's like Friday or something like that, or Saturday at this point. And I'm like, holy shit, I dodged a fucking bullet. And so, yeah, it sucked having to wait there. So I took a little nap in the airport and then woke up, flew out at 6 a.m., got home just fine. But I don't even know how bad some of those people had it if they weren't able to get on other flights. Of just do you just now live in New Orleans? Is that just how you suddenly move? But I don't know.
It's I have become one. That actually that reminds me of something. A text I sent the night that I was there in San Diego when I was going to the third bar. They went on without me. I didn't know where I was going, so I'm standing on the street corner going. And I just text my coworker. I was like, hang on, I'll read it. Hang on. Let me see. Where it at? Oh, here we go. Lord, I'm drunk, crossfaded, and lost. Fuck it. I'm on with San Diego now. Guys, dude, like it sucks. Like when you get on bad flights like that, it just fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Like, cause it's, you know, there's already a problem with a lot of the pilots being gone. You know, like a lot of pilots retired and whatnot, and you got a lot who haven't even gotten like into commercial flights yet. And so there's such a shortage, but then it's just like, fuck, man, we don't have to make the airports even worse. Like my legit worst, I think the worst flight I've ever been on was, I was coming back. Where was I? I was in, oh no, I had flown to San Antonio. This is back when we were living on the East Coast. I had flown to San Antonio for that wedding that I did haircuts for, and then I ended up being in. That was a whole fucking story. But on the way back, my connecting flight was San Antonio to it was weird. They had me San Antonio to Atlanta, Atlanta to Charlotte, Charlotte to home.
Yeah.
So I'm just like all around. The one from Charlotte to home, they put me on a stick of fucking gum.
Those flights,
where
it's like the home airport, right?
The
regional. Yeah, nothing big flies out of there.
No.
Nothing at all.
To explain, the plane I'm on, there's no room for the concierge service for them to bring that lovely little cart by and give you drinks and whatnot. You have one, maybe two flight attendants, depending on how many people are on your flight. And on top of that, you have two seats on one side of the plane, one on the other. And if you're sitting in that one, you're sitting like this, especially if you're me.
Yep.
So I remember I hop on the flight, and usually the flight from Charlotte back to home was like an hour tops.
Not on that
one.
The
problem, huh?
Not on that one.
No. The problem on top of that, same thing to you, was weather. But they didn't go, hey, let's divert. They went, I'm Johnny Knoxville and welcome to Jackass. The pilot takes us right in. Bear in mind, Sam can attest to this. I once upon a time used to be afraid of flying.
Yep.
At this time, I had gotten over that fear. Until then. Because I have my headphones on and I'm listening to music where maybe 20 to 30 minutes from home. Maybe. Next thing I know, I hear, ladies and gentlemen, just like to let everybody know that we are coming into some weather. Understand that the turbulence will be a little bit bad, but we're going to get you home safe. I would recommend making sure that your seatbelts are all fastened. Please enjoy the ride. Followed by the timing, impeccable. The night sky lit up, and then we heard the boom and the plane rattled. And I felt my anus touch my stomach. Like, I was like, I don't want to be here no more. So what did I do? I put on the most gangster ass rap I could find that I had saved on my phone and was sitting there going, you could do this. You could do this. I know for a fact that people around me were like, oh, this motherfucker lost his mind.
Yeah.
But it's the only thing I could do to like not think about it. And then the drop. Turbulence is already bad. We're in the storm. You could see the rain on the window, a whole 9 yards. And then you feel the plane do this.
Those are fun. I like those. I just go, wee.
I saw God. I saw God. I was just like, I felt it, and I just went. It was that squeak of a voice because there was nothing else coming out, dude. And so gangster ass rap, me doing this, and then.
Could you imagine just being the person next to you, just looking over, and you just hear
from a large dude, mind you, just a squeak. And yeah, we made it home safely, of course. I'm still here, but just feeling the It was all no sir, nope, don't like that at all. And when we got back, we landed. The pilot had the nerve to tell everybody, "Glad I could get you back safely." And I was like, "You motherfucker! You could have gone around." Yeah. He did though. He did. I'll give him that. But yeah,
you should have been like another smooth ride from American or whatever.
Oh God. I think the only short brief thing. I think the only other like worst flight I've been on wasn't even weather related. It was the fact that when just a few months ago when I went to go see Creed in San Antonio, on the flights back, mind you, it's San Antonio, summertime, hot as fuck, and you're in a metal tube, and they went, "We're not going to use the AC." Dog, I was sweating. I had sweat like you could see it on my shirt, and I'm like, Even up in the air, same thing. No AC.
Damn.
Both flights connecting, the one to connect and the one home. Neither one ran AC. Why? Because it was the same goddamn plane. We land and then we find out everybody who's going to Kansas City is going to turn right back around and get right back on the same fucking plane. And we went, no, please, no.
They had you deplane?
Yeah.
Was it Southwest or?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. A lot of times they'll just be like, all right, if you're continuing to Kansas City, just stay the fuck here.
No, they had us deplane. I think it's because they were swapping flight attendants or something like that. And so they had us deplane.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then we saw aircraft personnel walk out. Next ones walk in, and then we came back in after that.
Got it. Okay.
So
yeah, I think they only do that on crew changes because every time, like it's happened like once or twice for me, and it's always just been the same crew, So I'm assuming it's a security thing. But
yeah, probably. But
oh,
yeah, that was a fun week in San Diego with a great flight home, and then all the other stick and blitzes. Dude, Tucson crossfaded, baby. We stayed Tucson crossfaded. I'll never drink like that again. I'll never drink again. I won't say that. I will.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I won't drink like that anymore. That was fun fact though. Before we go, the W of that, I only paid $8 for all the alcohol I drank. All I'm saying.
I ran away. No, just kidding.
Yeah, right. Irish goodbye.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments a fun airport story that you have. We would love to read them. Again, subscribe to the channel, like the video, check out Into the AM, and we'll see y'all on Thursday.
Bye.
Tucson crossfaded, baby. Bye.